All right, yo, welcome back to part 2, Kazo Higashi. Here we go. And in case you missed it, in part 1, we took a look at consoles. We went to the junk section and we started looking at some games. And of course, we took a store tour. So if you haven't checked out that video, I'll leave a link in the description. But anyhow, let's go ahead and continue. And we're going to start off with some PlayStation 3 games. And as many of you already know, Sony has announced that they are going to be closing the PlayStation Network store for the PS3. So definitely, pick up those digital titles because they're pretty much going to be gone for good this July. But anyhow, the physical games are going to remain. And the PS3 is, probably my favorite of all the PlayStations. And definitely a big part of the PlayStation legacy. But Street Fighter Cross Tekken, freaking awesome game. Blades of Time, heard about that one before, but I haven't played it. And then this is kind of fun to see here. We have Star Wars The Force Unleashed Part 2, and the cool thing about it is that it is the North American release, way out in Saitama. Pretty cool to see. And then we have the Basara HD collection that never made it to the States. And of course, the freaking legendary Demon Souls with its awesome cover and Fracture. But Demon Souls, definitely want to play the PS5 version one day because I freaking love it on the PlayStation 3. And another series that I freaking love on the PS3 is Lost Planet. As you can see here, we have part 1, 2, and 3, and all 3 are under $5. And then we have Lords of Shadow 2 with its freaking awesome cover. I mean, look at this thing. I have the Asia release, and it was pretty cheap actually, definitely a lot cheaper than that one there. Then we have Metal Gear Solid, the Legacy Collection. Now this is a pretty cool collectible, which was also released in North America. I don't actually own a copy, but I think I'm pretty much all Metal Geared out in terms of the games. But then we have Folk Soul, or Folklore as we know it in the West, an early title for the PS3 by Gamers Republic. And then here in the middle of, I guess, between the modern games and the retro games, we have a couple of accessories like this golden Wii steering wheel. Haven't actually seen this before, so it's definitely kind of cool to see that. We'll take a look at a few more accessories here. But anyhow, let's go ahead and check out a little bit more retro style games. And as you can see, we have some PS1, PS2, couple of different Sega systems here, and then of course freaking Metal Slug on the PS2, $20, freaking awesome cover there. And of course Street Fighter 03, definitely nice to see this, $15, a little steep, but this is like a greatest hits version of some sort, and perhaps that's why it's a little bit more expensive. Then we have some PC Engine games there, some RPGs, and Power Smash. Now this was also in the junk section for about $3, but this one's a little bit in better condition for $5. And then of course Sonic Adventure 2 for $15. And let me tell you, it's been years since I played Sonic Adventure 2, and I think the last time I played it was of course on the Dreamcast. Definitely a cool game for the most part. And then here is like a rather small selection of Sega Saturn games, but definitely got to show it off. Biohazard, complete with the spine card for $10. Freaking awesome game. And for $10, you can't go wrong. And then here we have Fighters Mega Mix for $5, and Guilty Gear X for $10, and then Power Stone for $15, or excuse me, $10. But definitely an awesome game on the Dreamcast. And then we have some PC games. Definitely cool to see these because they're kind of a little bit more obscure. But we have Dungeon Master 2, Skull Keep, and then we have a couple of Yeast games. I believe this one was also released. In fact, it was released on the PlayStation Portable. I used to own it, and I believe this one was as well. But definitely nice to see like this big box releases, and as you can see, this one includes quite a bit of goodies, which I'm sure that was complete, as is this Sonic the Hedgehog for the Mega Drive. Look at that freaking awesome 90s vibe that cover of Sonic has. But anyhow, here we have some PlayStation games. We have Police Knots by the famous Kojima Hideo. Never actually played this one, but I heard a lot of good things about it. and it definitely has its cult following. And of course we have Goemon. This is another game that I've heard a lot of good things about, and one day I would like to play it. Looks pretty cool, and complete with the spine card. I'm a sucker for the spine card. But anyhow, here are some PS2 games, and let me tell you, they had quite a bit of the King of Fighters, you know, both in their standalone releases as well as in these collections. And this one features 99, which is one of my favorite versions of King of Fighters. And then of course we have this is 2009 for $10. But they also had the Dream Match 2002, which this one is definitely a freaking awesome one. Kind of similar to King of Fighters 98. You know, they're both dream matches. But let's keep it moving. We have Shin Megami 3 Nocturne. This is going to see a release in the States very, very soon in the form of an HD remaster. And this one is actually Maniacs, which features Dante from Devil May Cry. But anyhow, here we go. Let's take a look at some retro goodness. Lots and lots of games here. And pretty nicely organized. Definitely nice to see how clean they keep the shops here in Japan. And a lot of the stuff that you see here is going to be like your standard flair, which is here, like for example, this Mega Man X, freaking classic game. And actually, Mega Man X has been usually now it could be like $2, $3, you know, in its loose cart form. So that's kind of nice to see, especially since it's been released in various collections for multiple platforms. And then we have like this a wrestling game by Capcom, and another RPG, another Capcom game, Breath of Fire, freaking awesome game. And then of course we have some loose handheld games, and I gotta say, lately I've been on a huge 3DS gaming binge. Freaking love that little handheld, especially playing the games in 3D. Like in the back there, playing Super Street Fighter 4 on the freaking 3DS. It's freaking awesome. Although playing, you know, if you play for a few hours, your hands are gonna cramp up. And here's another awesome handheld. I mean, Nintendo is just their specialty, man, with the handhelds. There's so many great games on their handhelds. But the Game Boy Advance was also a freaking awesome system. And actually, a lot of these games are fairly inexpensive. You know, some of them are a little bit shovelware, but you know, there's quite a few that are actually pretty good for like $3. Like this game here with the little star. I believe this is like an action platformer, and I've heard quite a bit of good things about it. And for $5, might not be too bad. Got some Game Boy Color games and the original Game Boy. We have this by Tomy, Monopoly, complete in the box for $10. Always nice to see those old school games complete in box. But here we have the Wii U. This is a freaking awesome system. I don't own one anymore, but I did buy one way back during when it launched, I believe in 2012. A lot of great games like this Star Fox Zero, which is fairly cheap, and then we have Sonic Lost World for $20. I played the demo to this, and one day I would like to go back and play it. Now this also got a release on the 3DS, but something tells me that the Wii U version is going to be a bit better. Here's another classic Nintendo console, which is the Wii. And I definitely would like to play this Dragon Quest Swords, and for only $3, you know, this is kind of like a light gun game. At least that's my understanding of it, but definitely looks pretty cool. And then we have Pandora's Tower, which we'll take a look at here in a sec. But then we have Sonic and the Lost Rings, I believe. But here's Pandora's Tower, and this actually got a release in the States, and I do own a copy of the American or the North American release. Definitely a pretty interesting little action RPG type game. Then we have Dead Rising Chop Till You Drop. $5, and that's a pretty cool cover there. I'm always a sucker for the covers like this Metal Slug Complete. And I gotta say, I believe the Wii U version was developed by someone else. There was different developers for the Japanese and North American release, and I believe the Japanese version has a slightly better conversion. But anyhow, a small section but present nonetheless. This is like the Xbox One and 360 games. Definitely a lot of interesting little titles. We have Mass Effect 2, which is a freaking awesome game. And Darksiders. Didn't actually expect to see Darksiders way out here, but anyhow, let's make our way to the Super Famicom boxed games. We have Super Mario RPG for $10. Later, this went on to become Paper Mario in the North America and I believe European regions. And I'm not sure what kind of accessory this Sufami Turbo thing is, but I've never actually seen this before, but definitely kind of interesting. Looks like a card reader of sorts. And then we have the classic Super Mario World, Super Mario Bros. 4. Freaking love that cover art. And this is pretty cool cover art as well to this RPG. But as you can see, a lot of games complete in the box. Now, for me personally, a few of these are just kind of like shovelware, nothing that I really care for. But you know, they have the classic Dragon Balls, Star Fox, and a few other little surprises like this Zardion. Freaking awesome cover. I should have bought it just for the cover alone. I had this game way back, like in 1993. Definitely a quirky game. This one looks pretty fun. Peach Boy Legend with its hot pink box. But anyhow, we have some GameCube titles, and although the section is small, they had a lot of heavy hitters as you will see. Like Luigi's Mansion, which I recently ordered for the 3DS, so I'm definitely looking forward to playing that for the first time. And then we have Biohazard 3 Last Escape. Definitely need to pick that up. This one was missing the manual, unfortunately, so I'm one of those dudes one of those gamers that needs to have it complete. But we have Biohazard 4 for $5. Freaking awesome game. And another version of Luigi's Mansion for $5. Pretty cool one. Looking forward to playing it. And then we have Godzilla King of Monsters, which the movie Godzilla vs. Kong should be out in theaters by the time this drops. And then we have Star Fox Assault. This is a freaking awesome game by Namco. And then we'll check out a few 64 games. We have Mario Kart 64. And that box, I gotta say, it's freaking clean. It is clean. And, you know, freaking Mario Kart 64 is a freaking awesome game. It's definitely one of my favorite of the Mario Kart games. And then we have Super Mario 64. This is a re-release which features additional voice work found in the North American release, and as well as some other patches that were later implemented into the North American release. And then we have Donkey Kong 64. I believe this game does require the expansion pack, but if you already have it, there you go, $10. And then we have Pocket Monster Stadium with its foil shiny cover for $10. Don't know too much about Pokemon, but you know, looks interesting. As does this game, this Disney USA kart racing game. I definitely would like to try this out since, you know, I'm not really a big Disney fan, but seems like it would be an interesting one. And then we have Paper Mario here. But anyhow, let's go ahead to the main event, the final round. We're going to take a look at the display case. I freaking love checking out the display cases at the Hard Off because this is where they have the best of the best. But anyhow, let's get underway. We have a Core Graphics for $90. We have a Game & Watch and a Game Boy Advance Micro for $120. And then we have like the PC Engine expansion in the back there for $50, I believe. And then we have Jackie Chan for the PC Engine. And then we have what's that, Star Soldier there. But a lot of interesting little titles. But check this out in the back there. We have a cleaning kit for the disc system, for the Super Famicom disc system. $30 a piece for the cleaning solution for the carts as well as for the system there. Definitely nice to see. Not really my cup of tea, but you know that I understand that that's probably something that's highly collectible, as you normally don't see it, especially in that condition. But anyhow, we have a couple more PC Engine titles. We have this Jackie Chan, another copy for 55, and then Golden Axe for the PC Engine for 15. Freaking love this game, but I have my preferred version, which is the version that was released on the WiiWare, on the Wii shop, whatever. Then we have Darius Gaiden there for $100. My gosh. Not sure what that game on the left is for 50, but next to it we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for the Sega Dreamcast for $70. That's definitely one that I would like to add to my fighting game library on Dreamcast, which was just rich with a lot of fighting games. And then we have a Neo Geo Pocket game there for $20. That's always fun to see. And then we have this $100 for Final Fight Mini. I haven't seen this before, and in fact, or Mighty Final Fight, sorry. I haven't seen this before. In fact, I don't even know what system that's for, but definitely looks cool. And then out of all these games here, man, Makai Mura, $30. I should have picked that up. That's one of my all-time favorite series, the Ghouls and Ghosts series. But then we have this Gate of Thunder, freaking awesome cover. And then behind that, we have Mega Man X3 for the Saturn, and a couple other games there. And then we have $30 for Castlevania on the disc system. That was a pretty nice little surprise. But definitely a cool selection of games here at the display case at the Kazo Higashi Hard Off. A lot of interesting little games, some fairly good prices, and definitely cool little retro accessories or, you know, cleaning things for the disc system there. But anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and cut back to me. There's a few other things that I want to show off in the store, but anyhow, let's go ahead and cut to that. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna show you a few things here. I'm nearing the end of my visit, but I was really debating about getting these two games just because Luigi's Mansion is a classic and I have not played it. And then this here is Zardion, which is look at this cover. I mean, it's just amazing artwork. Now, I just wanted to explain this here. You could easily use your translator when you're here in the store, but it pretty much means that the manuals are missing, and that's why they're a little bit lower priced. But the actual boxes themselves are in actually excellent condition, and it's a really difficult choice, but I think I'm gonna get these perhaps another time. But I will show you something that I am gonna get, which is down this way. Just make our way over here. It's gonna be this bad boy. Gonna get this mainly because it includes the figure, and I am a sucker for figures, and I do love the Armored Core series. For Answer is probably my favorite one, just because it's a little bit more action-packed. But anyhow, I'm gonna buy this, and then we'll take it back to the studio. All right, y'all, so we're gonna end things here. There's a couple of soundtracks here for various animes. But anyhow, a big thank you to all the staff at Kazo Higashi for letting me film, as well as my lovely wife for helping me co-produce this episode. But anyhow, definitely more episodes down the line. We're going to visit a few other shops that are not Hard Off or Surugaya. Definitely excited to show that off. But as always, my name is JJ. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you all very, very soon. Ciao.